Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wingcat Sports, and it's the NFC North breakdown for the week. Before Thanksgiving happens, gotta get this video out. In general, uh, Lions videos always you see the post games, but we'll go over that game first. They ended up winning 34-27 in a nail biter with the Giants, which probably shouldn't have happened, but overall was a good game. We just gotta figure out our lapses on defense from that week. But all you gotta do is play like you did against the Eagles. And in general, it wasn't the worst game. It shouldn't have happened the way it happened. The team is better than that. Injuries are catching up to them. I know it's not the greatest excuse for any team, but when you have your whole offensive line and a bunch of other people on an injury report, and it's almost 20 players long every week, I consider it at least somewhat of an excuse to what is happening. But again, not the worst game, just not the best game because it shouldn't have gone the way it went. Moving on to the Packers. They ended up beating the Vikings 23-6 this week, which covers both the Packers and the Vikings. Good game for the Packers. You should win that kind of game. And, keep on moving forward with what you got. Jordan Love, overall, not a terrible day. 14 for 21, 139 yards. No, well, that's not a good day, actually, because he didn't even have a touchdown. But Wilson came out of nowhere, filling in for Jacobs. He ran for 107 yards, 2 DTs. So that covered that. With the Vikings, JJ struggled, 12 for 19, threw 2 interceptions, no TDs for them. So overall, not the greatest day for the Minnesota Vikings. The Packers and Lions meet this week on Thanksgiving. As always, it's a very common matchup for the Lions. And hopefully, obviously, as a Lions fan, Lions win, but hopefully it's just a good game in general. Bigger game for the Lions than I think it is for the Packers. Regardless, it's a big game for both teams because they'll hold second place in the division after that. But either way, it's not the greatest. Vikings this week will go on to play the Seahawks with a not so favorable matchup for them going to Seattle. Probably a loss for them. They'll move to probably 4-8 on the season. Last but not least, we got the Chicago Bears. The Bears themselves honestly had a good game. Ended up beating the Steelers in a close game. However you want to take that with Mason Rudolph playing for the Steelers and it being close is sad. But 31 points up on the Steelers defense. I think that's at least noting something. Though their defense allowed 171 yards from Rudolph and 186 yards total rushing on the ground. But again, Caleb Williams not a terrible day. 19 for 35, 239 yards, 3 TDs. And they also ran for 99 yards. DeAndre Swift was non-existent, and I have him on my fantasy team, though I didn't play him this past week. But regardless, not the worst thing. They are going to play the Eagles this week, and I think this is going to be the biggest test for the Bears to prove themselves. Yes, the Steelers are above 500, and it's their only above 500 win on the year. But at the same time, they were without Aaron Rodgers this game. So I don't really know how much that played into it. Regardless, they go play the Eagles this week, an 8-3 matchup on Black Friday. Giving the Eagles a 7-point favorite, which I think is actually pretty high for 2 8-3 teams playing. But at the same time, the Bears have only beaten one team above 500, and they were without their starting quarterback. So I think this is a test for them. I want to say it's going to be closer than they're going to say. I want to say it's going to be a really good game. And if you end up winning this game as a Bears fan, you are going to be above 500 for one. And I think, again, you're on the path to win the division. I thoroughly think the Bears had the easiest of the schedules, though you do play the Packers twice and the Lions in that span, and an 8-4 49ers team. So there is either you're going to win the division with this schedule or you are not going. It's going to either go completely sideways at the end of the year, which could happen, which would be a Chicago Bears kind of thing and also an old Detroit Lions kind of thing. Not to say it's a fully Bears thing, but it's just bad teams eventually hit something, and this would be the proof that the Bears are not as good as they are this year with this last stretch of 5 games. Just saying. Or 6 games. Last stretch of 6 games. This would be the proof for the Bears, in my opinion. For the Lions, it's also a proof. You go back and forth. If you're a good team, you got to win at least half these games, even if you're injured. It's going to be interesting end of the year, at least inside our division, because it really can go anywhere. End it here though. If you like your scene, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the NFC North and what could happen this week. And until next time, we'll see everybody soon.